for. Okay guys, so this Ashoke was brought to me for Autogele. We're going to be doing one side fan, one side pleat Autogele. So, and it came like this. Usually I prefer working with it when it's in long single strand. Then I'll take my measurement and do my my joining by myself, but as it is now, we're going to work with it like this. Okay, usually our base measurement is usually 30 inches by 30 inches in 3 places, right? Yeah, so this is my 30 inches in 3 places. So this one has been joined. This is already 3 layers. So what I'm just going to do here is to get my 30 inches this way. I don't need to do any joining again. This one actually makes it easier to get, so I'm just going to take it to my machine and hem it like this. I'll sew it. Okay, so as it is like this now, I take it to my machine, I hem this place like this, just the way the other side is. Then I'm going to, this is how I pleat my base. This is how I'm going to take it to my machine. I'm going to pleat like this. I hope your hand is not too far. Then I pleat the next one. I pleat the next one. So I'm going to be getting up to maybe 5 pleats. I'll pin it down. I'll do the next one like this. I'll do the next one. So I'm going to, this is how my base is going to come out at the end, right? So let me keep this one aside. To get this as one side pleat, one side fan, we're going to be having a middle frame, then the fan on top of it being the second frame. So here I'm going, let's go. Okay, so the whole of this one that is remaining now is 28, let's say 20, okay, 29 inches. Then I'm going to first start by removing this part that is folded. I don't want to work with it like this, so I'm going to remove it first. All this process is because of this one has already been joined. If it's the one that has not been joined, all this process is not necessary. Okay, so now we go with the measurements, and this is 29 inches we have here. So the middle of this, let's just say we're working with 28 inches. Let me just keep it at 28 inches. Then the middle of 28 inches is 14. Then I'll mark this my midpoint here. I'll mark it. All right. Okay, so the first one, okay, let's use this first one and do the 28. Okay, so this is 14, which is the midpoint. This is for our first layer. Second layer, tracing it to second layer should be 26. Next one is 24. Okay, so yes, let's say this one is 28, this one is 26, this one is 24. So all of them, we're getting the midpoint of all of them. Okay, now if this is the midpoint for my 26, then I'm going to mark this place. I'm going to mark here. I'm going to mark my 26 here as well. Okay, then here I'm getting here should be 24, and my midpoint for this 24 is 12. I also mark it, then I come to this place and mark my 24 like this. Mark where my 24 is here. All right, so now we're going to be cutting it, and this is how this cutting goes. Let me start from this side. It goes like this. It goes this way. Okay, now this is what we have. We're going to be repeating the same thing here. Okay, so this is the shape. Yeah, this is the shape. Okay, we're going to be keeping this one aside now. Says this one now, I'm going to be taking for my side fan. I'm going to be taking about 35 inches. Let's work with 35 inches. Yeah, so I cut it. So I'm going to also take this part to my machine and hem it like this. Then from here we'll get our handle. I get my handle 15 inches in 2 places. 15 inches in 2 places. This is our 15 inches in 2 places for the handle, the big handle. This one is small handle, 12 inches. This one is for the base. Then this other one, the 15 inches, is for the frame. This one I'm going to divide it into 2 and fold each of them like this. All right, here is the base. We are through with the base and we have attached the handle. So we'll be pleating now. This one is the middle pleat that we cut, so we'll be using it now to pleat it first. Then before, this is our 15 inches handle for the big one. This is the second one. Okay, so we'll start, and do not forget about this one. This was the one we'll be using to form our side fan. Start my pleating. This is how I'm going to pleat it. You know, this one is quite small. This is just we have just 3 layers here, so I'm just like going to pleat everything at once, then I'll sew it. Okay, I'm going to extend this one. You know, this is how we do our pleat for our hand tie. Okay, so let me take it down here and start here. Start my sewing from here. You know, like, I guess by now we all know the reason why I like working with either my canvas head, a dummy, or even in the absence of all this, you can do this on your bended knee so that you'll be able to get your curve like this. That is the reason why I am doing it on this, so that you'll be able to get your pleat, follow your pleats line by line, then, you know, get your curve at the end of it. That is the reason. So as it is now, I'm going to go ahead and start sewing it, and you're going to have to watch to see the way I'm going to be sewing. I'm not sewing it straight. You don't put your needle like this, you don't put like this, you slant your hand like this. This is how to go about pleating for your infinity. You see the way my hand is slanting? You slant like this and you sew all the way through, and at the end you'll be able to get your curve. Okay, all right, I'm still taking my pleats down. I'm still taking my pleats down, following every pleat. I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing out anyone. This is the best way to go with your pleats so that it will be clean. Then I sew, slanting my hand. See the way I'm slanting my hand? That's where you slant your hand when you are sewing infinity pleats. Then you adjust it, take it, then you go again. I go again. Okay, so that is the way. Yeah. Then I sew it down again. About to attach our fan. This is the fan, the one we are going to be using to do this fan. This is about how many inches here did we get here? I think about 40 or 45 inches. So it's just a side fan, and we are going to be placing it like this. Okay. So yeah, this is we're going to be attaching our fan now, and this is the one we are using to attach this fan. This is, we measure 35 inches. That's what we're going to be using to attach this fan, because it's going to be a side fan. It's just going to be at the middle. It's going to stop at the middle. So, and this is how we go. Then I'm going to be placing it like this. Then I'll start pleating. Each one I pleat, I will pin it down so that I can finish it up, then go and start sewing. Okay, yeah, so I try to arrange it directly on top of the previous pleats. I'll keep adjusting it as I'm going. I keep adjusting it as I'm going. You can see the fan is already forming. So when I finish with the pleating of the fan, then I will start sewing. As I'm sewing, I'm removing all the office pin that I'm using to pin it down now. You can see that the fan is already coming out. The fan is showing. So we pleat and exhaust this one that we cut out, that we're attaching. Wait, I'm going to pleat everything. Okay, so I continue. This is how I'm going to finish up the fan. All right, see, our fan is there. We are there, and yeah, that's the end of it. So then eventually I'm going to be doing this with this little part here, so this is the look I'm going to get at the end. So we're going to go and start sewing it down. Okay, now so this is the look we have. Then I'm going to start sewing. Remember I said if you're sewing, hide your thread. Okay, though I'm using a matching thread, but I'm still going to be hiding it as much as I can. And the way to hide your thread is by passing it down exactly from where your needle is coming out from. Okay, so this is how I sew now. Now I'm trying to sew down all the places I, pin down my fan. Okay, so you see I'm sewing down exactly the place I pinned my fan. You can see, if you watch here, you see that this place I flipped my fan here. So I'm making sure that I'm sewing that place. I'm picking that place down, sewing it down, so that it will be very, very strong.
so that everything will align. Okay, so this place, now I'm removing my office pin here, then I make sure that I pick that spot. The moment I pick it, then it is already secured. Okay, here, look at it now. I'm through here. I'm through, so I'm going to this place. I'm also going to just come and tack it with my needle and thread. All right, now this is our frame done. This is our base done. So we're going to be getting the midpoint of each of them. So placing it like this, I get my midpoint, which is here. So I'm going to be placing an office pin here to mark my midpoint. Then I do same with here. Placing it like this, I get my midpoint, which is here. So I'm going to be placing my office pin here. Then I pin it down. Okay, so I'm going to be placing my frame from the last pleat here, and I go this way. Not placing it directly. I'm not placing it directly like this, right? I'm not placing it directly like this. I'm placing it in this form. That's how it's going to come. So now I'm tracing it down to my midpoint here, and matching it to this one. Then I'm going to start sewing. All right, this is what I'm trying to say. This is my midpoint for my base. So I go this way. I follow it like this. Okay, I go this way. I go this way. This is how I'm going to sew it. I'm going to come like this, following this office pin the way I place them, and I'm going to be doing the same thing here. So I go this way, I go this way, I go this way, right? Then I place the last one here. And that is how I'm going to follow it like this and attach my frame. So first I match it to my midpoint. So now I'm going to be securing it, tracing it that way, and secure it. So I pick about 2 to 3 pieces from the frame, tack it down to the base. As I'm sewing, I'm removing all the office pin that I put there. So as I'm sewing, I'm also stretching it out. Okay, stretch it out so that it will align very well. This side, I'm already getting to the end of this side, and you can see the part I've sewed so far. You can see how it is looking. So if you have any question on this, you kindly drop it either in the comment section, or you drop your question on my DM. But it will be better you drop your question under this post so that you'll be able to attend to it easily. In my DM, I might not see it on time to answer you. Alright, so this side, I've ended this side, and I'm going to lock it here below like this. Always make sure that your sewing is neat. I lock it so it's a number of times here, then I trim it off neatly. Right? Yeah. Okay, so I move over to this side. You can see the way I'm taking it, following the places I placed my office pin. Alright, I'm still tracing all the places I placed my office pin. Now I'm removing this one. I'm removing this one. I guess we are familiar with this handle part now. How to attach our handle is not supposed to be new again, but regardless, let me still show us. So this is how I wrap the handle. I wrap it very, very tight. Then I sew it. I sew it very tight. Remember what I always say, you sew and you sew neatly. Passing your needle from where you removed it from will help to hide your needle and make your sewing to be neat. Alright, now this is the true now. So we'll be taking it to our mannequin head and see the final look, but like this is what we have for now. So let's take it to our dummy.